Welcome. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing and component overview of Apex, the Theropod deck building game, collected edition. So down at the table, this is a game that originally came out in 2014, but that was a time when I was not doing Kickstarters. So when this came back to Kickstarter, I jumped on this so I could get Apex. This is a heavy game, nothing but cards. And it also comes with all the expansions that was made for it. It's for 1 to 6 players, ages 14 and up. Solo players 60 to 90 minutes, multiplayer 110 to 160 minutes. So you can play solo or with up to 5 friends as a prehistoric predator competing for territory and resources against other predators. Choose from 14 different unique playable species decks, which I will definitely not try to pronounce because I will not get any of those correct. So each deck has different strengths, weaknesses, and strategies, creating a varied and constantly evolving experience. Your species must overcome a brutal environment, including harsh climate changes, disease, grievous wounds, infections, deadly prey, while striving to defeat a rival apex predator and accumulating the largest pile of carnage in your den. So endure the environment, build up your population, evolve your species, become the apex predator. And we even have a parental advisory on here. Game features graphic images of blood and gore. So bonus maybe, or maybe not. So let's go ahead and see what we have inside. Got a rule book. See how many pages we have here. So 34 pages. Nice to see an appendix in the back. And a quick setup guide on the back. So a huge table of contents. Component overview, card list. Game overview of the card types. So nicely illustrated. So still going over card types, card mechanics. The hunting grounds, so I've got 2 different boards, hunting grounds and the nesting grounds. Solo setup, something definitely be getting used here. Rules for solo. Boss battles, and then multiplayer setup. So just from a quick look, looks very good. We also have a glossary in here. And like I said, an appendix. Pretty good. Then back in the box. Let's see which board we have here. So we've got our hunting grounds. Let me move this out of the way. See if we can get that fully in view. So nice art. Good board. So a spot for an environment deck, hunt deck, evolve deck, evolution. So I've not played this, just heard really good things about it. And deck building is one of my favorite genres. And adding dinosaurs just is a huge bonus. So then we should have our nesting grounds for each of the players. Showing where ambush point, draw pile, playing field, discard pile, den, horde, hatchery, and apex deck. So I'm assuming we're going to have 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then tons of cards. And looks like we've got a first player token. Take a look at that on both sides. And tons of cards. And I'm assuming some dividers. So first we'll go with our dividers, and since there are over 1,000 cards in this game, I'll be going pretty quick through these cards. So we've got some nice dividers, same thing on the back, good texture, nice and thick. So going over our evolve, environment deck, T-Rex, and a whole bunch of other dinosaurs that I'm not going to be able to pronounce. So for our hunt decks, Affliction, starting decks. So just going over each of the dividers, and looks like they're showing us how hard or moderate or easy they're going to be to play with, because those are the decks we'll be using. Some great art in this. The alert. Quarantine. That sounds familiar. Not sure when you're watching this, but that's where I'm at now. Quarantine. So one nice thing they've done on each of these decks is they've put what all is in them. So that's going to help with some sorting. So you've got the Affliction deck. So different bad afflictions we can get. Catch a virus, severe trauma, flesh wounds. They're not bad. It's only a flesh wound. Broken bones. They've got x-ray machines back then. So a lot of the same things. See, more flesh wounds, more viruses. So I guess these are going to fatal pathogen. That's not good. Depending on the number of players, that's how you're going to make your Affliction deck. Got a divider for those. Then we have our hunt decks, Boss, Minions, and Prey. So you can see off to the side, they're going to let you know what set they're in. And like I said, the text isn't the biggest, but it still works. But very nice art. Wouldn't assume we'd have a whale going after a large shark like that. So different bosses. Then we're down to some minions. See if I can separate as I go here. Bosses and minions. Very nice. So definitely a lot of replayability in here. But I guess that's what you'd expect from a game with 1,000 cards. Plus, of course, these are probably sorted different, and I probably shouldn't be breaking them up. Too late now. Some more minions. Some great looking artwork. So deck building and dinosaurs. Really hoping to enjoy this game. Like I said, I've heard solo is awesome. 2 to 4 is where the game is probably best multiplayer, but it does go up to 6. I've got a lot of sleeving to do first. That's pretty nasty. Fresh little turtle. Kind of zebra striped. And the rest out of this stack. Looks like they've definitely been pre-shuffled. Don't know if that's good or bad. Oh, so here we've got some prey cards coming up. So those were minions and things. So the prey. And since I'm going to have a lot of sorting to do, I'm going to keep these somewhat organized for myself. So next on the list, we've got the hunt decks, big game, Menace, Predators, and Titans. Another large stack of cards. Acrocanthosaurus. That's how you think the back of that was in the broken bone afflictions. Yep, I'd butcher any of these names. So just looking at the cards, I believe this is what we need for fight to defeat them, and this is how much money, or whatever their version of money is in this game for us to get other items. That's a name I've never seen before. There's some Titans, some big game. So if you ever did like dinosaurs, I think this is going to be a game, or at least just for the art, you'll want to look at. As for the cards, they feel good, nice and textured, really good and thick. Huh. I believe I saw those animated movies. Oh, just more of the same, it looks like. Funny looking dude. It's pretty cool looking. And almost done with these. Then we have some specialty decks, the Promethean Wars and the Stomping Dead, which I believe were two of the several expansions for this game. Like I said, they all now come in this one big box of the collected edition. Oh, made that dude a tank. Infestor Parasite. What was that? Rising of the Dead. I guess we got zombie dinosaurs. Mech dinosaurs. Battle Rex. All right, so this is going to make it interesting. Oh, missile launcher, the Dreadnought. Veteran. Cool stuff. Black Ops. Yep, those look like some zombie dinosaurs for sure. 0 Hour. All right. And we have some more decks here. Defensive Stance, Disaster Area, Environment, and Starting decks with carcasses and eggs. So some stances, disaster areas, and environments. And the egg, or carcass. Guess that's what they mean by the graphic. Judgment Day. More carcasses. Hot Springs, a sand super volcano eruption. And that's good for no dinosaur. Asteroid impact. Coastal flooding. Yep, things are going to go bad somewhere in here. Blinding Agent. So next we've got our Alert, Evolve decks, and reference cards for solo and multiplayer. So be alert. Acute alertness. Some eggs. Adrenal frenzy. And then some reference cards. And back to Alert and Evolve cards. know if we're going to see anything new in here. And then what we have left here is the 13 of the 14 playable species. The cyborg dinosaurs were in there. So our first species starts with an A, ends with an S. So something Saurus. Got our hatchlings, zealots, juvenile. So for a species deck, a lot of cards in there. So I guess that probably plays into some are easier to play versus others. So you can see up here, these are our Apex cards. And let's see, where was I? Yep, then we've got some Alpha cards in yellow. That's one. Then Carnotaurus. I'll try at least pronouncing one of them. Marauders. Little hatchlings. Juvenile. So at least if they do get mixed up, it's telling us what set they do come from at least. So we can put them back together. Then our next dinosaur, the Harvester. Looks like he's done some harvesting already. Here's the blood and gore. All right, going after a little dragonfly. So I'm loving the art. Thinking the text would have been nice to be a little bit bigger, but then it would take away from all the art in there. All right, now we're getting in the water with the Megalodon. Little hatchling, the banefish. All right, some seekers. Immortal. Uh-oh, I don't think that guy's going to make it. Legend. And our next species, we'll just call it Q. The Commissioner. All right, so we got one that's flying around. Huge beak. Waiting to pick up some scraps, it looks like there. And that's it for that one. We made it to the S's. Yep, I guess that's the giant crocodile. Yep, I'll never go in the water again. Yep, that one dinosaur made a mistake and went in the water. Flew over the water. Might be able to survive one of the hatchlings. And our next species, we're back on land. This Still not safe though. There we go. Someone was hungry. All right, the Spinosaurus. They are pronounced one. Probably not correctly, but I tried. Nice meal, land and water. Pretty vicious looking. Our next species, got some hatchlings, a wraith, a water dragon, creepers, an adult, and next, a hoarder. There's some vicious claws on that thing. And a paladin. Some hatchlings. All right, Tyrannosaurus. Here's one everyone knows, I believe. Trespasser. A tyrant. Little hatchling. The king of the lizards. Veteran. Monarch, executioner, hunting party. And that's a raptor from Utah. Omega, a hatchling. They look like little ones. Juvenile, Nightfall Stalker. Little ambush card. And our last one, the Velociraptor. Little Hellion, Prowler, a Juvenile, and some hatchlings. A Veteran. For the Swarm. An adult. Beta male. And here's everything sorted and put in the box with dividers. So it's going to be a tight fit for sleeve and nose, but we'll see if that works. So that's everything for this unboxing. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.